Hello everyone. Hello, welcome to a live video here on Facebook on the More Confidence with Luna Gaia page. I am your host, Luna Gaia. Oh my gosh, it's been ages since I've gone live. I think there's just been so much going on for me over the last few months that I haven't hang out with you guys as much as I probably would have liked to. So thanks for having me. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for saying hello. I'm gonna wait for a few more people just to see if we can drop in to come and hang out with us today. Hello to everybody who's joining now. Pleasure to have you here. Welcome. I was driving home yesterday, and as I tend to drive home, I had this dawning realization. I had this dawning realization about myself. And this is how I do my work, by the way. I want you to know this, that everything that I teach, in everything that I do, in my courses, in the Self-Love Club, which is my online membership portal, my Q&As that are associated with that, in my books, in everything that I do and I teach, it's because I've had a lived experience of it. It's because I've had that dawning realization for myself and gone, I think that that's probably a thing, and I've processed it, and I get a download, and I'm a channel, I'm an intuitive channel, so I get information as well from the universe around stuff, and things just landed me. And as I was driving home yesterday, and my mind and my heart and my spirit were all connected and having a party within my being, I had this realization that I'm really good at making lemonade. So bear with me for a moment. I'm really good, and you know what? The lemonade that I make is delicious. It is that perfect combination of tang with a little bit of sweetness. It's effervescent. The lemonade that I make in my life is superb. Now, if you've read the intro to this video, I'm here to talk about that whole lemon and lemonade analogy. You know, the whole, if life gives you lemons, make lemonade. If life gives you lemons, make lemonade. Because in my life, I've turned a lot of shit things into great things. Like, pretty well every quote bad thing that's ever happened to me, everything that I have ever noticed has been traumatizing for me, anything that's been horrible, or even the people in my life that have treated me like not great, treated me like shit, I have been able to turn that into gratitude. Now, it's not to say that I continue being in those relationships or hanging around, or I don't set boundaries. I 100% leave people. I 100% move on from them. I 100% set boundaries. But what I noticed is that when I look back on the most difficult and horrible times in my life and the difficult decisions and the way that people have treated me, I actually look back on it through a lens of gratitude, really understanding why it is the way it happened the way that it did. And there's such a gift that I have discovered that comes with seeing things through that light. And this whole adage of lemons making lemonade, I love this analogy. I really love this analogy because the thing is, think about a lemon. Lemon, if you just bit into a lemon, for most people, and some of us, I kind of like biting into lemons, but it's sour, right? Like, you're like anybody taking a lemon in their mouth has that reaction. Even if you like it, your face kind of gets all mushed up when you eat lemon, right? Lemon is that really sour taste in our mouth. And this analogy of when life gives you lemons, make lemonade, I think there's such a profound, deeper meaning in that as well. And I appreciate that we all know what that means, like, you know, turn it into lemonade. But how? That's the thing. Let's think about this, going deeper into this analogy. In order to make lemonade out of lemons, you need to squeeze the lemons. If you don't get the juice out of the lemons, if you don't pulse and push and get all that juice out, you can't make lemonade. You can't just have a lemon in your hand and pour water on it and expect it to be lemonade. You have to slice that puppy open. You have to squeeze all that juice out of it. And sometimes you might even want to get the pulp out of it. effectively with that lemon, you have to cut it open and you have to push all its juice into a vessel before you start adding other ingredients. What is the juice? The juice of the lemon in our real life lives, the juice of the lemon is our pain. The juice is our suffering. If we have experienced trauma and hardship, which I know that we all have, show me a person in this entire planet who's never had a hard day in their life. I don't care how privileged you are, you've still gone through shit. Because we're human and we have heavy emotions and we get disappointed by things in our lives. Irrelevant of how privileged you are or how, quote, bad or good your trauma has had it. Everybody has experienced shit in their life. The reality is, when that saying says, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade, life will give you lemons. Life is full of lemons. And it's not that we're making the best of a bad situation. It's understanding that to get the sweetness of life, in order to get that beautiful, amazing effervescence of life, we actually need lemons. It's not to say, well, I'm just trying to, what's the terminology? I'm just going to shine a shit. Like, you can't shine a turd is what we're saying. Like, no matter how much you rub a turd, it's still a turd. It's not actually like that. It's the fact that in order to have a beautiful, happy, connected, phenomenal life, you actually need lemons. It's part of it. Yet we try to avoid the lemons in our life. We try to sit there and go, I don't want pain, I don't want trauma, I don't want heartache. I get it. None of us like it. But the reality is that if we do not have those experiences, we don't actually get to squeeze the juice out of something and make something delicious. You hear what I'm saying here? We require lemons. We require shit things in our lives to happen in order for us to enjoy our life. It doesn't mean you go out of your way to have bad stuff happen, but it's going to happen anyway. The reality is that life is full of lemons. It is. But I want you to start seeing the shitty things that have happened in your life as the gift that they are. A total gift. Because if you are then able to take that lemon, just say it's in a hole, and you can slice it in half, get that pain and crack it open, and then you can start to pull it apart and squeeze the lemons. If you squeeze the pain that's inside of you, what's going to come out is this marvelous juice. Thank you for the hearts. I'm glad you're enjoying it. What you're going to get is this marvelous juice that's going to come out. And in combination with the marvelous juice of a lemon, what you can do, depending on your recipe, however you put a recipe for your lemon, for me, I would add stevia because I'm a diabetic and I can't eat sugar. And to me, that sweet component of the lemonade would be gratitude, would be appreciation, would be understanding. That's almost trust and acceptance and surrender. That is that part, right? That you're adding the sweetness into the sourness of the lemon by having gratitude. You know, when I look back on the crappiest things that have happened to me, I really understand that life, the universe, God, whatever you believe in, will always give you what you need. Always. Even when you don't like it, even if it's not to your preference. Did I want my 10-year relationship to end? No, I really didn't. I really wanted to stay there and I thought that we would grow old together. But yet it ended. And as a result of that, 2 years down the line, holy smokes, my life is phenomenal. Holy smokes, my life is phenomenal. But at the time it was painful. If we allow the lemon, if we squeeze the juice out of it, then we are able to draw out the essence of the pain. And then we can add gratitude, acceptance, surrender into the mix. And then what I think we can finally do in my recipe is that I would 100% put carbonated water in it. Space. Carbonated water for me in a lemonade, in the sweetener and lemon combo, I would put carbonated water in there because carbonated water is air with bubbles in it, which is space. We often need space to breathe. We need to be present. We need to take moments in our life to breathe, to exist, to not have to rush to the next thing again and again and again, to not be so dense. We need space. So to me, the three beautiful combinations of making phenomenal lemonade is really good lemons. Juicy lemons, which means pain. We need sweetener, we need gratitude, acceptance, surrender, trust, appreciation, and then we need bubbles, space. We need space and presence, and we need time to let it come into life, yeah? Space. I just thought I'd share that with you. This incredible analogy that I find that not only do we make lemonade out of lemons, but making lemonade is what life is all about. That's what life is all about. It's about us understanding and fully realizing that our lives are incredible, irrelevant of whether or not they go the way that we want them to. There is a plan for us individually. There is something bigger going on that you and I can't understand the whole scope of at any given moment. When that relationship ends, when that job falls through, when your loved one dies, it's all part of the lemons of life. That we're not making the best of a bad situation. We are doing what life is required of us, which is to learn and to give and to grow and to transform everything that we see into an opportunity of love, growth, and gratitude. So I leave that with you for today. I leave that with you, and I have a little thing sitting here next to me. It's not really a little thing, it's quite a big thing. If you haven't seen it already, this is my debut book, Perfectly Imperfect, Your Complete Guide to Loving Yourself and Loving Your Body. You can see that I'm taking notes at this point in time. It is juicy, my friends. It's nearly 500 pages. It's got thoughtability. It's my baby. And this book will change your life. It will change your life. And I sincerely hope that you let it change your life, that you get your copy. It's out October 1st, which is super exciting. And over the next, how many days is that? About 13 days. Over the next 13 days, what I'm going to be doing is reading excerpts from this book every day and sending them to my VIP list. So if you're not on my VIP list already, please make sure you go and do that. I'll put the link in the bio, or just ask me if you need to know where the link is. It's in the show notes, it's in the bio, it's in the wherever you find the information about me. Join the VIP group, because you will be able to get excerpts from this book every single day for the next 13 days, and it's only going to be for my VIPers that I'm doing that. So please make sure you go join the VIP group. I think what I'm going to do right now is just give you a little bit of something. I haven't even chosen anything, by the way. I'm just going to intuitively open a page. At the ripe old age of 20, I had already spent a lifetime being small and being led by fear. The above dream was my dream. I wanted to travel, but never thought of myself in that way. Surely I could not be like the person on the travel guide cover. I literally looked at the posters in the travel window and saw images of slender young women in short denim shorts, fitted singlets, perfect hair and makeup, and thought that I couldn't travel overseas because I didn't look the way that they did, and I wouldn't fit in over there. Fear overtook me for years and won. The irony is, when we do our best to avoid the discomfort of stretching ourselves, we think we will avoid fear and discomfort in the process. As if staying safe and comfortable will bring us immunity from fear. As the saying goes, better the devil you know, right? Wrong! Living in fear will destroy you and is destroying you. If you no longer had fear of what people thought of you, or what you looked like, or what people would say if you made the decision, or had your hair like that, what would you do? What would your world look like? Much less restricted and far more empowering and rewarding is my guess. Taking advice, comments, and criticism from people who are not out there living their best life is like taking advice from the desert on how to swim. I'm reminded by a quote by former US President Theodore Roosevelt. It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again. Because there is no effort without error and shortcoming. But who does actually strive to do the deeds? Who knows great enthusiasms, the great devotions? Who spends himself in a worthy cause? Who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement? And who at the worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly? So that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory or defeat. Whew! Goodness me! As if that wasn't exactly the part of the book that we needed to listen to today based on making lemons. Because that is, go out there and live your truth. The fear that is holding you back is you deciding to not slice the lemons open and squeeze the juice out of them. All those lemons, that pain and trauma that's holding you back, open them. Open the damn lemons. If you have to do it one at a time, do it. Open the damn lemons and squeeze the juice out of them, because that's how you live life. And then once the juice is squeezed from the lemon, you can discard them and the pain leaves you. Please, and go hang out with someone, a therapist, a coach. I'm available for one-on-one as well as group work. If you feel like it's time for you to move beyond your pain, to get the juice out of your pain and actually start making lemonade with your life, then please get in touch. And in the meantime, I hope you enjoyed an excerpt of my book, Perfectly Imperfect, and I hope to see you in the VIP group very shortly for daily in the lead up to excerpts from the book. Sending you so much love.